What's up, everybody? Welcome to Kraken Hunters. Carolina Hitman.
I'm Anubis.
And today we're back with another Quarter of the Dead discussion. As everybody knows, we love the Quarter of the Dead and always looking for an excuse to talk about it.
Always.
Yes. So one of our subscribers, I'm going to post a picture of his little comment, actually asked us to do a comparison between Kier version 2 and Shard.
Well, he asked for a version 2 of Shard, but man, they scrapped that project.
Well, yeah, I know, man. It looks so awesome, too. I'm telling you, man, I don't understand why they scrapped that.
They had that fucking badass Crusader cape
I
on
know,
and
man.
everything.
It had a warrior pose. Let me see your war face. Ah! Yeah. But yeah, that's what they had, man. I'm like, that was that was one of their best looking ones. And I'm upset they scrapped it.
I know.
Well, I'm not saying they scrapped it. Just they
put it on the back burner.
I guess so, because we haven't seen it. I think the last time I've seen it is sometime last year.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah, so man, I hope they still continue to bring that one out, because I would love to see that version 2.
Dude, the prototype was legit.
I'm gonna see if I can find it. If I can find a picture, everybody, I'm gonna post a picture on the side, on the side of the video, so you can see what that looked like, man, because it looked amazing.
Yeah.
So I hope they do continue. I hope they do eventually come out with version 2 of Shard.
I mean, it was still basic Shard, but still.
It still looked badass.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. All right, so we got the two ladies here, Shard and Kier, and this is the version 2 of Kier, of course.
Yeah.
Which I actually made sense, because actually with them being both in like their armor and war ready, I think it makes sense to compare these two versions. And plus it gives us a chance to look at some of the improvements or anything that they may have changed or improved on since Shard's come out. Because Shard's been out for a long time.
Yeah, she was like one of the first ones.
Yeah, so she's been out for quite a while. And the crazy thing is, she's still a really damn good statue, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an interesting looking statue.
All right. So you ready to get this comparison started?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so everybody. So we're going to go through five details that we're going to compare our statues with. We're going to go through the base, the pose, the sculpt / portrait, the paint application, and overall. So, so what we're going to start talking about first is the base.
Yep, the base.
All right, so in your opinion, man, whose base do you like more?
Honestly, I don't know, man. They're both kind of the same. They're both pretty simple bases. But if I had to pick one, I would definitely go with Shard's because of the skulls and stuff in it, man. The skulls are extremely detailed, which I'm sure Carolina will throw in some.
I'll throw some pictures in.
Throw some pictures in for them, because there's really not much on the Kier base. It's just the angel feathers. But when you put the demon head up there, because that came with that's
the exclusive.
The exclusive. But if you put the angel head, it does make sense. The base doesn't make sense with the demon head. It looks cool.
Yeah, I prefer the demon head. I'm sorry.
The demon head.
I've not changed that yet. I've not changed it out yet.
The demon head is cooler.
Yeah, yes, it is.
But if you go with the base, I would take Shard's base over Kier's. They're both basic. They're both simple bases, but I still think that they did better with Shard's on this one because of all the skulls on it.
I have to agree. Like I said, if we're going as far as comparing the bases, I'd have to go with Shard's, because her base actually has a lot more detail in it than Kier version 2. You got the skulls in the back, which I'll flip it around for all y'all so y'all can see. There we go.
And it's not all human skulls neither. That's the even cooler part. There was a lot of demon skulls.
Yeah, you could tell, because some of these aren't human shaped.
Yeah. Actually, I don't think any of them are, for real.
Well, honestly, yeah, if you want to be honest with you. If these are human-shaped skulls, these have some serious deformities.
Yeah, worse than lepers.
And plus, man, I actually like the color, man. The blues. The blue highlights across those skulls, and that stone look from Shard. I love how they have her like stepping down from stone steps on her base as well. But yeah, so if we're going by bases, I think, and which is crazy because Shard came out so long ago, and her base is still much more, which I'm about to say much more better.
much more better.
Much more better. But yeah, hers is actually better, in my opinion, than Shard's. But I'm going to explain why I think this is later on when we get to the overall.
Okay.
Yes. So I think we have to give the base to Shard.
Yep.
Now, the pose. Now, whose pose do you think is better?
Oh, that's a tough one, man, because it's pretty close to the same pose. But if I'm gonna pick one, it'd have to be Kier, just because she's holding that head up. You know, that victory pose is to where Shard's walking into battle, Kier's already won. You know,
right. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have to agree with you. That's actually my main reason is that warrior pose from Shard, man.
Or Kier.
Kier. Sorry, everybody. Yeah, that warrior pose from Kier just really highlights that whole statue. Like I said, she's just claiming victory over either the angel that she just slew or the demon. And man, that just it's just, you could tell, man, like far as
it's not even a warrior pose, it's a victory pose.
Victory pose.
Victory.
Yeah, like I just killed a demon.
Fuck
what?
you.
Yeah. And Shard's pose is a little bit more
I'm ready. I'm about walking into it.
Well, I don't even think she's walking into battle.
I don't know.
I think she's just walking into something and just like showing them swords like, try me. That's more along the lines of what I think. Like, she's not really walking into battle.
John waking it up kind of deal.
Well, I don't know. John Wick's always going into battle whenever you see him. But yeah, if we're going by the actual pose, I love how they have Shard going down these steps of stone steps. But realistically, I have to agree with you, man. That victory pose from Kier, that takes the cake, man. That victory pose is amazing. And like I said, whether she's holding the demon head or the angel head, it doesn't matter, man. That warrior pose, that victory pose just says something, man. You can tell she's skilled at what she does.
Yeah, not a scratch on her.
No.
No, even her armor doesn't have a scratch on it, you know? And then also you got to look at the mixed media too with both of them. They're both posable mixed media.
Right.
So I think that should go with the pose, you think?
No. That's more along the overall, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so the pose, we're going to have to give it to Kier.
Yeah.
All
Just
right.
the victory pose.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so the next one, we're going to be talking about the sculpt / portrait. All right, so in order to do this, where is it at? Oh, there you go. Sorry, everybody, had to look back here.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna do the portrait. We're gonna take this off.
Yeah.
All right. So, in your opinion, who has the better sculpt?
The better sculpt, I would have to say, man, it's definitely Kier. Kier, when it comes to her armor, I think Shard's sculpt with her armor and all that stuff, I think that's a little simplistic. There's a lot of details in there, but it's still a basic, simple sculpt. But if you look at like Kier and her armor, everything's super intricate. Nothing's the same. It's all different. You know, it would have to go with that. I would have to. Her chest plate, her greaves, her greaves, and like her arm guard,
right,
or whatever the hell that is.
Right.
Her wrist guard, swords. The sword's pretty detailed itself, and none of it follows like a repeating pattern. It's all different, and it's all more intricate than Shard's.
Okay, this is where I'm gonna have to disagree with you. I think Shard has a better sculpt. Her armor is definitely not basic or anything like that.
I don't know, man.
She has a lot of detail. Well,
a lot of it repeats though.
Well, it's because it's armor. If you look at hers, a lot of hers technically repeats because it still is armor. It's the same thing.
No, but there's more designs on it.
It's really not because half her body's naked.
Well, that's also, that also goes with the sculpt too, if you're looking at it.
Well, now, now that we're talking, yeah, you're right. Well, I don't know, man. This is actually a tough one because Kier's sculpt highlights a lot more muscle tone and everything like that. You can tell, like, especially if compared to version 1, where that muscle tone is highlighted, where you can tell she's just coming from battle.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. The armor on Shard, man, I think they did a really good job, especially, which I'm gonna see I don't know if y'all will be able to see it, but if you look in the back, it's like they connected it with something in the back, like they, I don't know what like some, like like belt buckles or whatever you want to call that shit. I don't know, y'all.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Buckles.
So they actually
They did a good job simulating leather too.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know, man, because Shard has a really, really good sculpt as far as her arm and everything. Plus, if we're going to talk about swords, she has two.
Yeah.
I mean, and we haven't been able to confirm yet if this is metal yet, but we know hers are metal. Well, that's a good point. Nope. Hers is not metal. Shard has two metal swords they were able to incorporate in her sculpt. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know, man. This is a tough one for me, but I know it seems crazy, but I would give the sculpt to Shard. Plus, because remember, if we're going to talk about sculpt, we're including the base as well, because this is all part of the sculpt of the statue.
I thought we were just talking about the sculpt of the body and the armor.
Well, okay, we'll just do that then, because we already talked about the base. Yeah, but they put a lot of detail into Shard's armor. I mean, you got the buckles in the back where you can tell they closed it up for her. You got the skulls on the side of her armor. You got two swords, each both unique. One with this infused with the demon soul, the soul of a demon, and then you got her regular crusader sword.
Her long sword.
Yeah.
Well,
and the problem is that yes, Kier, with her not having as much armor on, it highlights a lot of her muscle tone. I won't deny that. But the problem is, there's not much armor. There's not a lot of detail.
There's a lot of detail on each piece of armor.
I'm not denying that, but her entire body is covered, and then we have it goes all the way around on Shards. You know,
yeah.
Well,
I mean, she's got the buckles too. Not only that, she's got little. She's got her sculpted in wounds from where they cut her wings off.
Right.
Like Carolina was saying. Not only that, we forgot about talking about their hair. That's all sculpted too.
Right. Well, yeah. This time it is for her. Yeah. Now if we're going to talk about portrait, I'm not going to lie. This is actually pretty close.
I don't know. I'll give that one to Shard easily. I think she's got the better portrait, the better face. I think.
I'm going to be honest with you. Like, this was a little tough for me. Well, no. Well, first of all, we're jumping ahead of us. Oh no, this is part of it. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I don't. Now, the question is, would we count the head, the severed head, as part of her sculpt?
Oh shit! I've completely.
Now that's me too. I actually did too. It's my fault because I did forget about that. If we're going to count.
I'm gonna look at this one too because that's a pretty badass looking sculpt myself. I mean,
it is. It really is.
That's an awesome sculpt right there too. I mean,
like this one's pretty tough because if we include that, because it is part of her statue.
It's three faces really sculpted.
Yeah, and like Kier's armor is a very big highlight for me, especially as far as all the detail in that. But Shards. Shards. Sorry, I keep getting mixed up. Shard's armor is very detailed and it has a lot more highlights in it than Kier's because it covers her entire body. But if we're including that skull, that severed demon head and or angel head, that's what makes it tough for me because I agree. I think the portrait itself on compared to version 2, I think the portrait is better on Shard's.
Maybe just her face.
But
then again, I don't know. We're looking at Kier. She's got all the little wrinkles and everything that goes in with the little sculpt and stuff.
That's true. But now
because of the screen.
Now you can tell they have improved in their facial sculpts on Kier because this is when they first started up till now.
Yeah.
Like I think that it's a lot more detailed than Shards, but just because it's more detailed doesn't make it better. It does not, because we've seen plenty detailed statues that aren't as good as a simplistic one.
Right.
Like the version 1 of Kier is probably one of the top 5, I'd say top 10 Quarter of the Dead statues that they come out. It's not a lot on there, but they did such an amazing job, and it's a simple statue, but they did an amazing job on the portrait, the sculpt, the color scheme, everything, that it makes it easily top 10 of them. Just because Kier's is a lot more detailed does not make it better. I think Shard's portrait is better than Kier's. That's just me.
Okay.
But if we're going to go by the entire sculpt, I probably have to give it to Kier, even though all the armor and everything is good over here. But we're including her demon skull or the angel skull, either or. and just the entire thing, it probably would have to go to Kier, but this one's tough for me.
Yeah, it's tough.
This is a tough one for me because both of them, and this highlights how well the Court of the Dead has improved as well. I mean, from the beginning, well, not even just improve, how good the quality. Yeah, exactly. How good the quality has stayed from this long ago all the way up till now.
Yeah, she's like 4 years old.
I think maybe 2 or 3. I don't think she's quite 4.
Well, it'd have to be 3.
I think it's somewhere around there. I have to look it up, but I think it's at least 3. Maybe you may be right, maybe 4, but I know it's at least 3 years old.
Right.
Because this was one of the first ones.
Now, I'm not saying like her sculpt is bad.
No, it's not.
Like
Like
I mean, that's an amazing sculpt.
Yeah, it is.
Just something about like her armor. It's not the same. And everything Carolina was pointing out. She's got the same thing, just less of it.
Right.
It's like, I mean, you look at like her mixed media too. It's all like real leather and it's all knotted in.
No, I'm not pretty sure that's not real leather. That's
well,
fox leather.
it's something.
Right.
It's some kind of cloth or fabric or whatever.
Right. I don't know. This one, we have to give this one a draw for me.
Yeah, okay, I can do that.
We'll give the sculpt / portrait a draw for us.
Yeah.
Because this will be a tough one.
But I think you're right though, man. I mean, if you add like all the muscle structure and all that stuff, Kier kind of takes it.
All right. So draw for us on the paint / sculpt. I'm sorry, portrait / sculpt. All right. So now we're going to move on to the paint application. Now, in your opinion, because I might let you start it off, man. In your opinion, who has the better paint application?
I don't know. Both paint applications are pretty on point.
They are.
But, I mean, I would have to go with Kier again because, I mean, there's such a difference between everything. It's a lot of the different colors and, and the textures and stuff. And there's a lot of room for error when it comes to Kier with the light blue going into the dark red. There's a lot of room for error there.
And they knocked it out of the park.
There wasn't any. In this one, I mean, if you got one that had a paint
I'm sorry if you did.
That sucks.
It does, because that's the only thing that makes me mad with when people get, because knock on wood, knock on wood, I've been lucky to not have received of any paint defects on any Court of the Dead statues I have received. All mine have been perfect.
Right.
No defects whatsoever. With the exception of the little statuettes, I don't count those, but the statues, the premium format statues and things like that, I have been lucky to have never received a paint defect. Mine have been perfect, so I've been able to enjoy the full glory of it. And I'm going to agree with Anubis. Kier takes this.
Yeah,
like it's not even close.
I don't know, man. She doesn't have any problems with it.
No.
And there's nothing wrong with the paint application.
It is not.
There's just a lot more going on here.
Like you said, there is a lot more room for error.
Yeah.
For Kier.
And not only that, with the second face,
right,
the demon face.
And that demon face, man, is so detailed.
Point.
And man, they did such an amazing job on that exclusive.
Yeah.
If you weren't able to get the exclusive, man, I'm sorry, because that's probably one of the best exclusives they've come out, that Sideshow has come out with in a long time.
Even on the original one with the angel head.
It's still good. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it highlights all of the
scar where she sliced her face open with a sword.
Yeah,
the muscle, the sinew underneath, which is nowhere near as good as on the demon skull.
Right. I mean, it's still good.
Yes, this is probably one of Sideshow's best exclusives they've come out with in a long time.
You know what I do wish though? I wish they would have either put some blood on the sword, or
I agree.
Either that or made it look red hot.
Right.
Because it looks like it cauterized everything.
It did. Well, I don't know. This one looks like it's more along.
Well, I don't think he can cauterize the demon.
I don't know. Yeah, he's in hell already.
But it looks like it looked like they cauterized the shit out of this angel skull.
Right.
Or this angel head.
Now, like I said, the paint application on Shard, especially for one of the first Court of the Dead statues they came out with, is on point. Like, there's no paint defects. They highlight all the necessary areas as far as the raised areas in her armor. The armor itself.
The back of the armor.
Yeah, the back of the armor.
Even in the mixed media, the blood on the cape.
Exactly. The colors in the base, the skulls, the stones. Even though I'm saying all this, the Shard still takes this.
Kier
I don't know.
Come on, man.
I know. Kier still takes this because her paint application highlights a lot of her muscle tone. The blue going into that deep dark red.
I wish we knew the story behind that. about like why it's going from blue to blood.
You know, one
red.
day, if y'all don't mind, say subscribers, please let us know. One day we would love to go into detail about each character's backstory,
Right.
man, on some of this Quarter of the Dead stuff.
I know. I
got the book.
I gotta read that. Damn
Yeah,
book.
because I have the book and it goes into detail a lot of the backstories. So if y'all would love to see some stuff like that, let us know in the comment section.
Yeah.
But that her paint application is so amazing, especially with all the different colors of the grayish blues going into that deep dark red, you know, for the blood. I mean,
Or whatever the hell it is.
it's blood.
Oh.
That much I do know. It is for the blood, you know, the paint application on the exclusive head, even the regular head, like they did such an amazing job. And to me, that's one of the awesome things about showing one of the beginning statues against one of the newer ones is you can see a lot of the areas where the Quarter of the Dead has improved over the course of these years they've been producing these statues.
I'll tell you another thing too, man, is the bone that she used on her mask.
Right.
It looks a lot better than the bone here on the base. It looks,
And it does.
It looks more realistic than it
Right.
does that they use right here
Which I
on
want
this
to know
base.
what it has to be a demon that she killed and just carved his face up and like, you know what? I'm wearing that shit.
Well, I mean, hell, it's not like we haven't seen it before, like with the Predators. And
Well,
stuff.
fair
I
enough,
mean, you know,
yeah.
Well, with the Berserker Predator.
Right.
anyway.
But yeah, man, I have to give it to Kier.
Yeah.
I mean, that paint application is amazing on hers. It's just
And
it highlights all the right things that need to be highlighted
Yeah.
in her statue.
And it's such a contrast with everything, but it still all works.
Right, exactly. Everything works for her.
And I mean, everything works with Shard too. But it's sometimes we say sometimes simpler is better. But
Not this time.
Not this.
Yeah, not
time.
in this area. Yeah, that paint application, and that's one of the benefits of her having less armor is you're able to show off more of that paint application on her skin tones and things like
muscle
that.
structure.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be a scary chick. Dude.
Yeah, it would. All right, so Kier.
Kier.
All right, paint application has to go to Kier. So now, everybody, we're going to go to the last part, and that's overall. So overall, who do you think has the better statue?
Overall, I give it to Kier, and it's not an easy pick, but it's definitely the right choice. But that's just because of the evolution of the character, or just the evolution of the whole line. You
Right.
know, you go from the start, which still is pretty. It starts off awesome.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And then now look what we're getting.
Right.
It's even better.
And I have to agree with Anubis. If we're going overall, I have to give it to Kier as well. It's just that's like I said before, that's one of the major things that you can see from the beginning until now.
Right.
To where they have improved so much for its detail, making sure the paint application better. I mean, the exclusive. And that's one of the things that Kier does have a little bit over. Is she does come with a couple, extra head,
Yeah.
a mask that separates. But you know what? I'm not even really counting that. I'm just counting the overall look
Just
of the
the
statue.
statue.
Yeah. And the only thing that I think that Kier truly has, Shard truly has over Kier is her base.
Yeah.
I think Shard's base is better than Kier's. I think it's more well done. You got a lot more detail in it. The paint application, the different, like that blue highlights the skulls and everything like that. That's her stepping down this stone. I think
Little
her
symbols on the stone.
Yeah, exactly. Little symbols on the stone. I think Shard. I don't know why I keep getting it mixed up.
It's all right.
I think Shard's base is overall better than Kier's.
Right.
But that's really the only major one that she has over Kier. Everything else is equal to or better on Kier.
I give Shard a few things over Kier. That's it, just a few things.
Right.
One is the mixed media. I like this a lot. I mean,
me too.
I think it just fits her perfect.
It does.
It looks so cool. The base and the swords.
Right. Yeah.
I like the swords better.
I
in
agree.
Shard
Yeah, you're
than
right.
I do Kier.
Because you get two. Two is always better than one.
No, as long as they're done right.
Yeah, and hers are. Like I love and they highlight her Crusader
Longsword?
Yeah, the Crusader longsword, and that I forgot what the name of this sword is called. But it's infused with a demon soul, but it still looks awesome.
I wonder if it sends them to hell. When
I
she
don't know,
kills somebody
whatever it
with
is. Nah, I love. I can't wait to talk about somebody
I know.
else's sword. But the swords and the base. That's the main thing that Shard has over Kier. Everything else has to go to
And you know,
Kier.
the paint on the mixed media, you know,
It's
looks like
good.
it's got some blood splatter.
Right,
It's dirty.
little dirt, right.
I wish it was a little tattered, you know.
Right, like Kier.
Like Kier.
Which
Well,
I'm wondering.
I don't really think hers should have been tattered.
I don't know. That's real weird. What are you doing? Sitting on your ass, scraping it down to some
Getting
rocks
thrown.
or something? I don't know.
Or
It's a little weird to see
little
hers.
animals coming after
Right,
it or whatever.
right.
I don't know what the hell's going on there.
If it was a little longer, it would have made more sense.
Right.
But so it's because it's so short. It doesn't make sense why it's as tattered as it is.
Yeah, and especially without her legs being torn up.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. It's a little weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, man, I'd have to give it to Kier.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
That's honestly an easy pick. Though.
Yeah, it really is. That honestly.
But honestly, it's nothing against Shard because it's just the evolution of the line.
Right, and like I said, that's one of the main things that I'm loving about this is you can see the evolution. Like you can see the quality has always been there.
Yeah.
But the improvements are right here.
Just making it better.
Right. So yeah, but this is fun. So overall, we got to give it to Kier.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Actually, yeah, just overall in general,
Right.
except for the base and the swords. That's it. Really.
Right. Man, honestly, man, this has been fun.
That was
I
fun,
love
yeah.
talking about these Court of the Dead statues, y'all.
I wish we knew more of the backstories.
And if y'all want to see something like that, maybe one day us, highlighting a particular statue and going into detail
About the
their
character.
backstory, about the character itself. Man, let us know in the comment section, man, if you want to see that, because we love talking about the Court of the Dead, and we look for any excuse to do it.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right, man. This is a fun video, man. We thank y'all for joining us today. Let us know, man, what other videos you want to see, man. I mean, we got plenty of statues to compare. You know, my funds aren't as readily accessible as other statue collectors where they can get statues every other week.
I know.
I have to pick and choose mine, everybody. So, I mean, I just love talking with y'all, man, and conversating with y'all. So, whatever we got, man, we love just doing the comparison videos and just talking about it. But we got some more Court of the Dead videos coming. Like I said, we're gonna be working on some.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna figure something out for the next one.
Well, I think we already have a clue what we're gonna do. So we got one coming, a special one coming. But everybody, we thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification to get notified of our future videos. I'm Carolina Hitman.
I'm Anubis.
See y'all next time. Peace.